town has its secrets. But some secrets fester. They rot. And from that rot, new things grow. A fine first exhibit, but my gallery is vast, and the night is only just beginning.
Welcome to Whispering Hollow, a town perpetually drowning in its own damp breath. The shepherdess of these dying woods. She looks for broken branches, unaware the disease is in the roots.
The first to be chosen, the loud, the arrogant, the perfectly ripe fruit.
Silence is the true predator. It does not announce its arrival.
Not a herding, an inoculation. The planting of a seed in unworthy soil.
And in the morning, a new statue for a forgotten garden.
The old guard, blind to the new rot, for it grows from their own neglect.
The artist always admires his work from a distance. Sometimes, a single seed is a curiosity, but a garden requires patience.
And soil of every kind.
The shepherdess is clever. She knows the scent of a predator, but she has never hunted one like this.
She hunts for a clue, a spore, a footprint, a rational answer to an irrational act. But the artist is not idle. He seeks a new canvas, one at the very heart of this dying town. So fragile, so trusting, believing locks and glass can keep the world at bay.
A breath. A whisper. A single, silent word of decay, spoken on the wind.
The infection does not always need a wound. Sometimes, it only needs an invitation.
The symphony begins within the blood. A new rhythm. A new purpose.
The canvas begins to show its new colors.
The final, silent scream of a consciousness being evicted.
Even the willfully blind must eventually see the masterpiece before them.
While the fool finally accepts the truth, the shepherdess seeks its origin.
Every artist needs a studio, a quiet place to prepare his canvases.
And here, his private gallery. The works the world was not yet ready to see.
A beautiful collection, but the artist is always protective of his work, and he does not appreciate uninvited guests. The critic and the artist, a classic confrontation. But in my gallery, the artist's vision is absolute. She fights with steel and fire, a commendable, if primitive, approach.
But this is his world. Every shadow, every drip of water, every echo is his ally.
A hunter's instinct is a powerful thing, but it is useless when the prey does not breathe, does not bleed. And does not fear pain.
She sees now. She is not fighting a man. Concept of rot. Trapped. Cornered. It is in these moments that the true nature of a soul is revealed.
And here, a spark of brilliance. A desperate, beautiful, and utterly futile gesture.
Fire! The great cleanser! The first and last resort of a species defined by its fear of the dark!
A choice. Annihilation or retreat. What will my beautiful monster choose? A choice. Annihilation or retreat. What will my beautiful monster choose? A disappointment. But then, an artist must never destroy his own gallery.
Victory. A bitter, metallic taste in her mouth. She has won the battle! But the war...
has contaminated her soul.
The sheriff sees his monsters, his proof. But the real evidence, the real trophy from the hunt.
The flock believes the wolf has been chased away. They gather their dead and mourn their losses, foolishly believing the hunt is over.
But I know better. The wolf is not at the door. It is now a guest at the table.
The blood sings a new song now. It has no tolerance for the old rhythms of man.
It hungers.
It draws from her.
The artist communicates with his work. A symphony conducted across the veil of consciousness.
And the body becomes a canvas for the dream's terrible artistry. The first instinct is to sever, to cut away the part that is no longer self.
But the garden is not merely on the skin. Its roots have already found the heart.
The world of the healthy becomes a hostile alien landscape.
Maya, I need you to understand.
I hear you, but it's like a whisper.
And in all things, she now sees the signature of her new master.
The infection makes a receiver of you, tuning you to the frequency of the rot.
The hive was calling to its newest member, pulling her towards the rest of the garden.
The hunger begins. Not for food, but for
Connection.
The artist is impatient. He does not like his work to be ignored.
He has come not to kill her, but to complete the portrait.
for the final color, the final, perfect shade for his masterpiece, must be drawn from the canvas itself. The artist harvests his paint, a unique pigment, born of defiance and fear.
A perfect vintage. He has what he came for. The rest is unimportant.
In the morning, the evidence of the nightmare is undeniable. The body keeps a perfect record of its torment.
A terrible, sharp-edged clarity.
But with the poison drawn, the fever breaks, and clarity returns. The harvest didn't sever the link. It refined it into a one-way channel.
She now possesses a map to her monster. A map etched in her own blood. A new ingredient, a catalyst. The defiance of the shepherdess will now be used to corrupt the entire flock.
The hunter arrives, guided by the ghost in her veins. A direct approach! No more tricks! Only rage! Get away from there! The monster understands. The artist's work is more important than the artist.
She must choose the root or the branch.
Hero's choice. Always the flock. Always the sacrifice.
But the artist has a contingency. The garden must be watered.
The race against the tide. A race she has already lost.
Sheriff Brolin, shut down her.
Sheriff Brolin! It's the water! Shut down the mains! Do not let anyone drink the water!
And now, the final insult. The artist signs his masterpiece. The pupa becomes the chrysalis. The flesh becomes the foundation.
A god is born in rust and rot.
And from the heart of the new god, the garden extends its branches.
First harvest. A group of men of the Crimson Seed.
They are listening to a new shepherd now. A song sung in their very blood.
A pilgrimage begins. A gathering of the faithful to their new cathedral. They are all walking towards the transformed water tower.
And the shepherdess, the origin of this new sacrament, can only bear witness to her terrible legacy.
The garden must be tended. The new arrivals must be planted.
Nature inverts itself. It becomes a beautiful, grotesque display of life's final harvest. The final transformation. The flesh is merely a vessel for the bloom.
One by one, the candles are lit. Even the law is just another seed. And in the heart of the light, a face. It was not a man, not a monster. The shepherdess is left alone. The last seed of the old world. Her story is over. Her purpose is served. A magnificent failure. This one will hold a special place in my gallery. But the walls are endless. So much sorrow. So much exquisite rot.